Hey, all my fellow YouTubers, Prof Sales coming at you with a video, and today's topic is about what to do when you have slow sales on eBay. If you're a clothing reseller like me, then you are probably realizing this time of the year is not necessarily the best time for clothing to sell. I suppose it has to do with the fact that the weather is changing, people are starting to shift into their summer attire and so on. So the items that sell better in the fall and the winter, the long sleeve, the pants, the jeans like I sell, just don't sell as well this time of year. So I am experiencing a slowdown. I am down about 20% from where I was in the previous 31 days. And that's a pretty big drop. So it's definitely had me thinking about some ways to improve my sales, some things I could do in the meantime, and so on. So I thought I would share with you some tips that I have about how to deal with slow sales on eBay. And the first tip I have is called TPTP, Terms, Price, Title, Photos. I've said this in videos before, but if you aren't really optimizing your listings, you're hurting your chance to sell an item. So what does optimizing your listing mean? Well, it means having the right keywords in your title. That's one of the T's. It also means taking good quality photos that people can use to really see your item, to see it from every angle that's important, to point out any flaws and defects. Terms, are you using free shipping? If you're not, why not? It's just so simple. Factor it into the cost of your item. You're going to get a bump in sales from it, and a lot of sellers, or excuse me, a lot of buyers out there are looking for it. And the last one is price. Are you competitive on price with other people? Have you checked the sold listings of the same type of item that you're selling with a similar condition to see if your price is in the price range? If you're way outside of it, or even way above or way below, you need to adjust your pricing. So it's worth taking a little time going through some of your core products to look at that. So TPTP, remember that acronym. The second tip that I would give you is to source a new small. Well, first of all, what's a small? A small is an item that you don't spend a lot of money for, and you don't necessarily make a lot of profit, although you probably make a good net margin percentage. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you spend $1 for an item, and after fees and so on, you make $5. So you netted $4 on that sale. $4 is not a lot of money, but it's a great margin. And the real reason you want to do smalls in a time of slower sales is because your capital probably just got a little limited. If your sales have dropped off, then you don't have that constant flow of income coming through, kind of like you get used to in the good times. So maybe you don't have quite as big of a sourcing budget. So why not tackle some smalls? My girlfriend recently had some items that I had never really sold before on eBay, and I decided to give it a shot. DVDs, movies. I really had never had any desire to sell DVDs before. On Amazon, it's pretty much impossible to sell them because the categories are very restricted. It's hard to get ungated in that area or get unrestricted. So I decided to give it a shot on eBay. And what I've discovered is DVDs are great because you can scan the barcode. It pulls up a pre-filled info of the item. So if you have a new item, you can leave it like that. That's perfectly acceptable, and just list, put your brand new condition, put your pricing in. Again, use free shipping. Media mail is your friend here. Media mail is a cheap way to ship. It's a little bit longer for people to get their items, but your cost is going to come in around about $2.60. So, that's pretty good. If you have some 9x6 bubble envelopes, you can get these at the dollar store, but if you buy them online, you can get them even cheaper. Very easy to push a DVD inside there and send it off. No big deal at all. You can do any weight with media mail up to I think 70 pounds. Obviously, DVD doesn't weigh that much. And DVDs don't necessarily sell for a ton, but I did find some that were really crazy prices. I found a DVD that was an old horror movie called Phantasm. I barely remember this movie. I do remember it had a little whirling ball that was mirrored and had little drill bits and blades on it that would stick into people and kill them, which is nuts to think about. Horror movies in the 80s, that's a topic for a whole nother video. But this movie alone goes for $50 to $60, brand new, and this one was sealed up and ready to go. And I was very surprised. And there were some other nice ones, just even used sets use sets of Harry Potter or Star Wars or Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, the classic movie titles. There's people out there who still like to have these sets, and they're an easy, quick flip. I've only been listing them for 2 days. I've already sold, I think, 5 or 6, which is really good. Not a huge amount of money. These are small, so I'm only going to net probably, you know, $4 or $5 an item, unless I sell some of the bigger ones. But, you know, so easy to get rid of, and they're just laying around collecting dust. You know, why not, you know, throw some smalls up on eBay, learn something new. And the third and final tip I would say is list your items from the island of unwanted items. If you remember, I think it was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, there was a island of unwanted toys in that classic Christmas cartoon TV show, TV movie. This is like that. You probably have some items that are laying around, that are collecting dust, they're sitting in your shelves, they're hanging in your closet. Go list them. This is the time to deal with them. You've got slow sales, you're not doing as much packing and shipping right now. So if you're not doing as much packing and shipping, you've got some extra time. Use that extra time and get these items up. Who knows, maybe someone will move, throw them up, good till canceled. What do you got to lose? They were just sitting there not doing anything. I've got some items that I'm gonna get rid of. I'm either gonna donate them back, maybe try to sell them in mass on Craigslist or OfferUp or Garage Sale, or I'm gonna list them. So I'm gonna get rid of these items, get my inventory clean. Very, very important to do this. This is the time you can do these other things. You can tackle these other little projects, find something new to learn, to sell when sales are slow on eBay. So don't let it bother you if it's a slow time for you, especially if you're selling clothing. I've been told from the experts, people like Ronnie Hart, that it does pick back up in the late summer, probably around August, when school starts back. So fear not, your sales will come back. But in the meantime, if you want to keep that income coming in, you need to think about other things you can do. Optimizing your listings, maybe selling a new small, or listing the old items that you just haven't found time to do anything with until this point. What a great time to deal with them right now when you've got a slow time in your business. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please hit the like button and consider subscribing so you can get an update every time I put out a new video. And of course, as always, leave me a comment. I like hearing from you guys and try to answer every single one of them. So until next time, this is Prof Sales saying good sales to you.